actually, I'm just testing out this new stream for just chatting. So I've never done a just chatting stream before. So I just kind of figured I was gonna jump on and like see what it's like. Normally I'm streaming like PS4 games, or I'm doing some artwork and stuff like that, which I will continue to do in this stream. But I don't really know where to put a lot of my videos right now, and I saw like a lot of people are using just chatting, so I'm like, what's just chatting? So I decided to just jump on it. I'm not going to be able to stream too long with this one because I just completed a meeting this morning, and I do have another meeting starting soon. But I just kind of want to see what everybody's up to while I do some artwork. So if you have any questions or whatnot, you can just kind of drop them in the chat. And today I'm going to be continuing with working on a character of mine that I started working on this week. So for those of you who don't know, I am a game developer who's like living in Tokyo, Japan. So I used to create iOS games. Now I'm more on the Unity development side. And just kind of doing it for fun and profit. And so this will be the character that we're actually like working on today. So in a previous video, I actually showed you how I tried to show you how I inked and colored this character, but I had some issues with with my new Mac and setting up OBS on it. So from this video, we're going to kind of be playing around in Adobe Animate, and I'm going to show you how I take a game character from Procreate and start actually making him a movable, breathing character for my Unity game. So I do have like some tutorials that I'm posting up on my Patreon account and stuff like that. So if you guys are interested in seeing the full process for a lot of this, you can check out my Patreon account. But this is the character that we'll be working on. His name is Dozer and he's from a video game that I'm working on right now called CDULO, The Outer Rim, which is actually a spin-off from my novel WildFIRE: Legend of the Ryukage Clan, which you can download from the Apple Store, the U.S. version of the Apple Store, anyway. All right. So to get started, I've imported this character that we drew in Procreate last week into Adobe Animate. And I've put this on a base layer, and I'm gonna lock this layer so that I can't really move it around or anything. And with that, we can go ahead and start kind of like playing around with how I'm actually gonna draw this. So there are two versions of this character. There is the pinup version, which is like the cool badass looking one right there with the like warhammer. And then there's the chibi version of him, the younger version of himself that we're going to be using, that is actually going to be in the Unity game that we're creating, or that I'm creating, and you guys are watching me create. So, I'm going to create a new layer right here. And for many people who are I guess new game artists, they tend to use like Photoshop or like some other 2D animation. I like doing my animation in Adobe Animate because it's more what I'm used to using. I've been using Animate for quite a while, or Flash. It was Flash before they decided to change it. And I don't really use a lot of the drawing tools in here because the technique that I tend to use to draw my characters for my games is box animation. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to select the box tool, and I'm going to go to a fill color, which I've already kind of selected right here. And I'm just going to draw a little box right there, and that's going to be our starting point for our character. And then I'm going to like zoom in a little bit, go ahead and switch back to this. I'm going to turn this pink box, which if people are like, he's not pink, that doesn't match his color. I know that, leave me alone. So I'm going to turn this into I almost said prefab. I'm going to turn this into oh damn it, I forgot the term. Clip, not a clip, movie clip. Yeah. And so I'm just going to name this as Dozer. Can't spell today. I just got a new Mac, by the way, so the keyboard's a little bit smaller than my previous one. Dozer head. So I do tend to like to start with the head of the character because that tends to be a little bit more where you'll find a lot of the details. So once I've created this movie clip, I'm going to go ahead and click into it. And let's drag him around. Right, and we're just going to take this little bitty pink box and we're going to make his face. Right, and to do that, I can press Z to kind of zoom in a little bit more, and press V to go back to my tool. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of grab the edges and pull them around my character. Right, so this is a lot like playing with like Play-Doh. I think I'll pull this one a little bit over here, or maybe down here. And in order to create a new point, I'm just holding the Options key on the Mac. I think it's Alt key on Windows. I haven't used the Windows in a while. Pull this up here, and I'm going to go for the four corners mainly of his face. And then holding the Options key on Mac, I'm just going to drag these points out. And really, that's about it. Okay, this video's over. So now you know how to draw game characters in Adobe Animate. Yeah, it really is kind of this simple, like, to get started. And I like using Adobe Animate anyway because like it gives me a lot more flexibility and options for what I'm going to do with these characters later. So yeah, I think a lot of professional artists might use this technique. Make his chin a little bit like more here. Alright, and I'm going to pull this out here. And it doesn't matter if his face is a little bit blocky at the very beginning, because we're going to kind of change that. And I'm going to, he's got his eyes, his goggles. So about this character Dozer, his race of people is basically like a holy warrior clan. So he is a honey badger in space. I'll confirm that. That's official. Like the honey badgers on Earth kind of probably came from his race, but or this particular race of aliens. You know, they just kind of left their kids on the planet. So what I'm doing is I'm going to go around his contours as much as possible, but it doesn't necessarily need to be exact at the very beginning. Now, in order to make round shapes, I'm not holding any buttons. I'm just kind of hovering over a line until it, you know, gives me this little, like, curly line. Not curly line, but, you know, curved line. And then I can grab it and just pull, right? So it really is just kind of like working with working with, like, Play-Doh and sculpting, character sculpting. Yeah. Pull this in a little bit. That's too much. It's starting to snap. Why are you snapping? I didn't tell you could snap. I'm the only thing that snaps around here. Alright, so I'm gonna have to turn my grid off. But I'll fix that in a little bit actually. So yeah. So we're just gonna quickly do the contours of his face. I have another meeting starting in about 20 minutes, so I'm not gonna be too long on this. Alright. So yeah, this is basically just kind of it. All you need to do. And yeah, I'll move this in right here. Yeah, that'll fix that little snapping issue. His ear, I'm going to do in a separate layer because during the animation process, I am probably going to want to move his ears, like when he's running or when he's like shooting or when he takes damage. So his ears are going to be on a separate layer. You notice that I have like one layer right now. And also his eyes. His eyes are going to be like probably attached to the goggles. So I'm not going to worry about trying to draw this part over here. And yeah, so here is the contour of his face, which was actually very easy. So when I'm not talking, I can do this a lot faster. Now we're going to go ahead and do his hair. So I'm going to zoom out. And I'm going to put another layer. And this layer, I'm going to drag this behind his face. So it's a good idea to, of course, label your layers. Face, hair, right? And for his hair, we're going to choose a different color. So you'll notice I'm using colors that that are not part of his color scheme at all. That just makes it easier for me to not only draw, but also helps me to kind of figure out what I need to complete in the image. All right, so I'm gonna go right here. And for his hair, since it's on this lower layer, you notice I can kind of just drag this and it automatically goes behind. That's what we're looking for, because I don't necessarily need to worry about trying to draw a contour with this particular box. So I'm going to grab the edge and bring it right here. It's actually a little bit off. And if you want, you can go ahead and lock this layer, just to make sure you don't mess up what you've done on the face so far. Okay, actually that's not too bad. Alright, and we're just going to keep on grabbing edges. And did I lock the wrong layer? I locked the wrong damn layer. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so we're going to keep on grabbing edges and just dragging them around. And this is how you can just make a game character in Adobe Animate. It's not really that difficult. And like, it doesn't have to be like, you know, a lot of times when people are like working on game stuff, they're like, oh, my game is gonna be like super duper professional, and it takes them like forever to freaking finish it. You know, and I fall victim to that quite a bit, because I tend to be when I'm working on a creative project, I like to try to, you know, get everything to a certain level before I'm satisfied. When I'm working on a client project, you know, the client's satisfaction is the most important. But when I'm working on my own personal stuff, I do tend to like nitpick a lot. Nitpick, procrastinate, you know, like lay in the bathtub and cry for hours when things don't go right. Right. So yeah, here's our. If that ever happens to you, that just means that you were holding the button, you were holding the options button, and you dragged inside. You didn't drag the line. So just like escape and like deselect it. All right, so let's go back to this again and drag it in. Okay, and I have about maybe how many more minutes? About 10 more minutes on this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and actually just try to finish the contour of his head. And then after that, it'll be time for my other meeting. And then I'll be back on with this later after that meeting. And then even later tonight, I'll be back on playing Dreams on PS4, because I love that game. It's so amazing for developers. And it's got an amazing developer community. Yeah, so yeah, watch my Twitch stream and watch me play like indie developer made games on Dreams. It's kind of fun. This out. Same problem. All right. Yeah, that happens sometimes. Like when you're like zoomed in, it's kind of hard to grab the edge. Yeah. So you've got a little bit of a Sonic look. So this version of the game version of the character is going to be younger than the pinup version. So that's why he's looking a little bit more punk rockish right now. That bell that you're hearing in the background is actually a school bell for that's signaling the beginning of lunch and playtime. It's a little bit overcast in Tokyo today, so I don't think you're gonna like get to hear the kids play outside too much, because it might rain. We had like a huge rain yesterday. I mean, I just got soaked on the way home. Yeah, but just a nice, relaxing day of game art, you know, to calm the nerves. Yeah, but I'm gonna be doing the full game art tutorial on how I make these characters. Now we've come to a situation where you notice his hairline kind of dips a little bit, or kind of has a wave in it. So in order to do this wave, I'm just gonna make a new point. And then I'm going to bend this part up, and then I'm going to bend this part down, you know, to make that wave. And I think I'm going to, like, make this a little bit wider. Curve that out a little bit more. All right, and yeah, so we're just continuing, like, casually drawing a character's hair. Like, this is just a normal arch right here. It's kind of flat. I'll leave it there. Normal arch right here. Like, I've been in Japan so long, I forgot like the difference between convex and concave. So if any of you guys can, if you guys are listening and I mess it up, you know, sorry, just like correct me in the comments. All right, and yeah, here we go. It's always the last point. All right, I'm gonna drag this out a little bit more. And also, you'll notice that I haven't put a line on him yet. So the reason I'm using boxes without the line, as you can see, the line color is set to line alpha, and line color is set to like nothing. That is because I will add the lines, like thicker lines, to this character later. once I've kind of done all of the base modeling on him. Right, and I move this here, drag this in here, curve this around here, and his hairline is complete. All right. Yeah, so pretty easy, right? When you're using the box modeling kind of format. All right, and this is kind of what his face looks like at the moment. Now, come to the situation. I'm gonna want to include all of his head elements in like in the same area, in the same space. However, like his glasses are going to be on another layer. So his ears will be in a different movie clip because we want to animate those later. But his glasses aren't really going to move so much on his face. So we can actually put them in the Dozer head movie clip, and it won't really affect too much. So it'll make sure that his glasses don't move or nothing funky happens with them. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and lock this layer. All right, I've come to a situation where I guess I could go ahead and, yeah, do something with his head right here. So I'm gonna unlock his head layer, unhighlight that shit, and I'm gonna go ahead and drag this a little bit more in line with the contour of his hair, because he does have a back of the head that will be showing. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and like pull this out like right around here and round it off, right? Because his neck, we're gonna put his neck in here anyway. So, but when his ears animate later on in a different movie clip, I don't want them going up and there just being like a space in the back with like nothing there. So we're giving him a little bit of extra like head area for his ears to move during animation. All right, yeah. So now I can go ahead and lock this layer. And let's see, we got his head contour done, we got his hair done, and we'll start working on his glasses. All right, actually I'm gonna have to go ahead and jump off of this one now. It's 11:38 and my meeting starts at 12, and I do need to, I forgot I have to go get my laundry, which is drying because it's kind of a little bit rainy outside now. So before we do his, actually, yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and, before we do his glasses, I think we're going to do his scars and his eyebrows. So for his scars and his eyebrows, I'm just gonna pick another color, probably like a yellow this time. And as usual, I'm just gonna grab a box and I'm gonna go around the contours of those. Yeah. So yeah, this is like just some casual game art tutorial. You know, just chilling, having fun, chatting to myself because nobody's online right now, which is good because I have a meeting anyway. This color is a little bit, you know, a little bit invasive, I think. So let me turn that down, and just work on this. Yeah. So I just cut those layers off to where like I can actually see this one a little bit easier. Okay, and let's come back here, right here, there, stop. Right. So once you get used to this process, it's actually really, really quick. And yeah, there's one battle scar done. I think I'll pull this out over here. I might round this off. Yeah. Round it off there. He's been in a lot of fights. I mean, this guy, he's like over what, 180 years old, which is still considered like more of a 20-year-old by his racist standard, by the way. Okay, and so yeah, there's one scar mark. And then like we'll quickly do the other one, and then I'll log off, go get my laundry, and then get ready for my meeting. Yeah, but you know, I wanted to, you know, get a just chatting or something in real life on my Twitch stream finally, because you know I'm kind of, actually, to be honest, I'm kind of shy. you know, about streaming still. I don't really like to see myself on camera so much, but you know, like I do like to share information and share how to do stuff, right? And that's all we're gonna do for this scar over here. Actually, no, that's not all we're gonna do. We're gonna like, damn it, we're gonna kind of concave this in and curve it around because I don't want it interfering with his nose, right? So yeah, we can do that. The glasses are gonna hide most of this anyway. Alright, yeah, so yeah, let's go ahead and turn these two layers back on and see what we've got. Cool. So yeah, this is the beginning of our honey badger head. Yeah. So I'm going to like kind of back off and go ahead and save this. And I'll go ahead and jump out of this stream because I do have some real life work to do. And then I'll come back later and we'll at least kind of finish the head for this character today. And I'll show you how well that works with the animation. We'll do his neck. We'll attach his neck to the body actually. So yeah, we're just gonna finish the head, and then we'll come back to animating the rest of the character later. So thank you for like not coming to my stream, but thank you for like being on Twitch so that you can view this later. And and I will catch you all later with the rest of this character animation tutorial. And I will be back on later tonight, definitely with Dreams on PS4, right? Because I'm like totally hooked on that game now. All right, so everyone have a good one. Have some good lunch or good dinner, and I will catch you all later. All right, that's it. And let me jump